Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Secure Privacy and Security segment. I'm Anna Berry, along with Alain Ghiai, the CEO of Sekur. So the weekly hack topic is another big one. They all seem to be big and getting bigger, Alain. But we've got the FBI, the NSA, and the U.S. Department of State. They've issued a joint cybersecurity advisory warning of state-sponsored email hack. These attacks may be caused by a North Korean military intelligence agency. So what are they getting into? How are they getting our information? And how the heck is this happening? And most importantly, how can we protect ourselves from this?
Yes, this is the latest FBI warning about North Korea. I think today on one of the famous news channel I saw about China. What's happening is that it has to do with how companies configure their email domains in their servers. So if you have Office 365 and you configure your domain email, I've had partners in other parts of the world that have misconfigured, excuse me, and our email doesn't go through. Actually, their email doesn't go through to us because it's not properly configured. That's exactly what happened. So when an email is not properly configured, a server setting, which are complex things to do, these hackers have an easy time. So we basically have a system that if an email is not properly configured from a sender, meaning mycompany.com type email, it just won't go through. So that's a protection that we have with a secure mail.
And so they liken this to the term spearfishing. So explain to our viewers exactly what that is. And it's very high level, coordinated with these groups. So they spearfish into our email. How can they get in?
So they basically come in and they bypass the authentication process of your email server, which is not hard to do in those two big tech email duopoly that we have. And they somehow impersonate somebody else. Maybe, obviously, by then they would have monitored your communication, so they know exactly who you email, who you talk to, and they'll impersonate that. Just that when you get that from one of these big tech messaging application, which we won't name here, that somebody supposedly that you know is looking for $200 and you have to bail them out. This is a classic story. So all of that can be eliminated with something like our secure send, secure reply, because email phishing is something that we will never be able to stop when we use a regular one of those big email outfits out there. It's just going to be one smart person after another. Today, the US is targeted in a major way because you have global conflict. And they're targeting not just government organization, they are targeting small businesses that have nothing to do with geopolitical thing, but that's the way to damage an economy. This is a large scale. There's 33 million small business in the US, and this is a prime treasure for these hackers.
Right. So you're saying it's unavoidable at a certain point, but it can be preventable when you adopt this lifestyle change, like we talk about with the secure features that you have, the secure suite. So tell us about the suite.
Yeah, so the secure suite essentially has an email, a messaging application, and a VPN. On the email part of it, we have something called Secure Send. And Secure Send is a way for me to send to a non-secure user an email without the recipient's user ISP being able to read it, and without essentially people sniffing the email in between, the hackers, and reading the content and modifying it, which is what business email compromises. And the concept is all the communication resides in our Swiss multiple redundant security server. The recipient just gets a notification via email to click on a link. You can password protect it, time limit. There's features you can do if you want. And when they click, they immediately connect to Switzerland. It's essentially like having your own private Swiss secure and private server. So the round trip thing, the recipient doesn't even need to have secure. They can just communicate and secure reply back. This also helps people who want to send a lot of attachments. Most emails will not accept more than 20 or 30 megabytes. Ours has up to 5 gigabytes that you can send in that method. That's great for real estate agencies, who transact large file and financial information. Credit company. Yesterday, I was discussing with a partner, and they're talking to some credit repair companies. These credit repair companies have clients that send them their social security numbers and their bank accounts and everything on regular email. You can only imagine the treasure trove of hackers. So Secure Mail is a fantastic product. We offer this for all level, individual, business, and enterprise. Our messenger has similar type of privacy feature. We don't require your phone number. You can chat with secure and non-secure user. And our VPN is the only Swiss-hosted, purely Swiss-hosted privacy VPN in the world. It encrypts your connection and guarantees you a Swiss IP address, which means that we have to obey the Swiss privacy laws, which forbids companies to tamper with your IP because that's your private property. Switzerland is the only country that has that rule. So I'd recommend at the very least get a VPN from us. It'll give you always a Swiss IP address. And then the email is really useful. I've had somebody yesterday who tried it with her husband to just discovering, and she thought it was such an amazing tool because you can basically go back and forth now in full privacy. That's the idea, without everybody else looking at your email and intercepting and, you know, causing big damages, financial damages.
Well, that's a big idea, and that's the mission and the vision behind Secure. Privacy has arrived. Now, for our viewers interested in your services, what's the promo code today, Alain?
You can go to secure.com and use promo code privacy. And again, we don't use big tech. We don't use open source coding. We have our own infrastructure, and we only abide by the Swiss privacy laws, which are the strictest in the world. And you'll see a variety of packages as you check. There's bundle that you can add on, and you get 15% off for the next 5 years with that promo code privacy.
Well, there you have it. Now it's time to regain your privacy with Secure. Thanks for joining us again, Alain.
Thanks, Anna, and careful everyone out there in the cyberspace. Thank you.